Today on Hey We're Talking, we can actually tell you what we're going to talk about before it's already happened.
The future is yesterday.
What are you guys talking about?
The future.
Dude, that's cool.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Hey We're Talking. Oh, we're so bad. Again, as we always tell you, if we ever recorded these things, I would be ostracized from society, like the stuff that happened before we start the show.
Oh yeah, we would not even have a podcast anymore. It would get canceled.
Now it would probably be really popular. That's the sad
Actually,
thing.
we probably get
love
a million downloads tomorrow.
Oh gosh. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm making it sound like we're much worse than we are. It's not that bad. No,
it actually is.
It's no. Anyway, welcome to the show, and Bob is here. Now we recorded shows without you, Bob, but they'll be on after these shows probably, so people won't know that you just showed up.
That's okay. I mean, you guys, if you have an opportunity to record, do it. I mean, we always gotta.
Like, hey, you want to record? And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
That means
I woke up early today. So.
And that means his wife must not be home.
No, he took her somewhere already.
Oh, see, there you go.
He took her to the doctor. You missed that. And she's good. Clean bill of health.
That's great to hear.
And in the episodes that we recorded, seriously, Cheryl is going to freak out because he said my wife like 100 times in the two episodes.
And my wine.
Yes, he said my wine too.
Was
little
Derek
preview, everybody, of a show coming up, my wine.
Was Derek drinking on the show?
No, not on the show. No, you can't.
No.
We can't talk about it. It's coming up. We can't let you know about it. You're going to have to listen too. I know you actually listen to the show, Bob.
I listen to every show just to critique it.
He puts little notes to me and he goes, yeah, you know how you screwed up right here, Scott? Don't do that anymore.
Which member of Hey We're Talking do you hate the most?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
It's got to be me. There's no doubt about it. I'm the most annoying in every which way possible.
I don't like Bob that much.
Oh, yeah. What a jerk.
Oh, we
smoking.
love each other. Why would we even be doing this if we didn't like each other? That's the dumbest thing ever. We don't hate anybody.
For that sweet payday that's coming, we think. Maybe.
Right.
Yeah, right now we're negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually owe Bob money, although I sent him money already. Just to keep the show on, I sent him money, which I don't have.
I didn't have it at first either. It's like, okay, well,
what are you gonna do?
I don't
pay it.
I don't have a budget at home for. This got to go to the podcast budget. Yeah. No, it's just whatever comes up, we got to pay for. So
here we are giving you some insight into the behind the scenes of the show. What keeps it moving?
It does cost money to do a podcast.
Today on the 2018 Hey We're Talking first quarter budget meeting.
Exactly. That's exactly what
I call the meeting to order, and what the heck? Let's just film it.
Yeah.
Which we probably, I mean, nobody at home cares about this. We probably should get together tomorrow night to do a brainstorming session.
We should.
We should think about that.
Make sure we don't go bankrupt.
Yeah. Budget and brainstorming.
Bad. We're joking. It's not that bad. It's not like it's thousands of dollars, but
I'm excited about what we've been doing and where we're going and what we've got going on. I mean, we've had more downloads this month.
It just keeps going up. It's crazy. And I'm like, who is listening to these shows?
I don't know who's listening, but I'm glad they are, and we appreciate it, and just keep spreading the word about the show, and keep listening and help us to do better.
Listen.
Thanks for downloading the show, weirdos.
I know. I know that this is a totally biased opinion, but the other day I was doing something in the kitchen and probably making some types of food or coffee or tea or something. Anyway, and I just hear Cheryl upstairs, and she's just laughing and laughing and laughing. So she comes down for lunch, and I go, "What the heck were you laughing so hard about?" She goes, "I was listening to your stupid show." And I was like, "Really? You were laughing that hard?" She goes, "Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing." I was like, "Good."
Well, I get random text from people, and my buddy Jake sent me a message the other day. He's just like, all he did is, "You're cracking me up," and I'm like, dude,
like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? I wasn't even texting with you. I haven't seen you in a few days, you know. But he just said, "Oh, the podcast, yada yada yada." So it's kind of funny to see that, and
there's people that work with you that listen to it.
Oh yeah, and
that's crazy.
Actually, another one of my friends, Mark, who's works with me, but also owns the cigar shop that I go to. One of my friends, he just asked me last night. He goes, "Hey, where can I listen to your podcast?" So I sent that to him. So yeah, and we're growing, and that's a good thing.
Yes, we are.
Bob is not genuinely confused or confounded by who's actually listening. No,
he knows.
He knows. Thanks, and we thank you all for listening and or watching to the show. Go ahead, Scott.
By the way, that little subtle "oh hi, Mark," you get it, but Bob has no idea what that's from. We should do a show about that someday. I'd like to. I've never watched it. Have you watched it, Derek?
Yes, The Room. Yes,
The Room. Have you ever heard of The Room, Bob?
I'm in a room.
No.
Oh, it's that thing that vacuums.
Is it Tommy?
It's that thing that vacuums floors, isn't it?
No, that's a Roomba.
That's the Roomba. Yeah.
No, The Room. Have you heard of this movie called The Disaster Artist?
Yeah, I did hear that.
It's a movie about this guy making the movie The Room. It's considered like one of the worst movies ever made, but it's a cult classic, and people love it. This movie. But there's a guy in it, and one of the famous lines that he says is, "I did not hit her. I did not." And then he says one other thing. I can't remember what it is. And then he goes, "Oh, hi, Mark." So there you go.
Wow, that sounds hilarious.
No, it is funny when you see it. It's very funny. And the number of times they had to try and get him to do the line properly is fantastic.
The movie The Room, Bob, it was written, produced, and directed and starring Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Who
I think it's Tommy Wiseau, by the way.
Or Wiseau, whatever. Yeah. He's just this bizarre fella from, he's
some
from Eastern
Slavic
Europe,
country that nobody knows, and he says he's from New Orleans, by the way.
And he made the movie so terribly. It's all the acting
it's just awful.
And everything is just so bizarre and bad. And he couldn't even remember his own lines.
No, that he wrote.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hi, Mark. He talks like that.
Isn't there a movie coming up about that?
Yes,
that's the Disaster Artist.
The Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a.
Welcome to the show, Bob.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Okay.
All right. Josh, are we in a time warp or something?
I was going to say we should time travel back in time and see if we can help Bob understand what we're talking about.
If I could travel back in time, maybe I'd watch some more movies.
I don't think you would. I think you'd still play video games and smoke weed. That was a long time ago, though.
When I was a teenager, yes.
When I was a young boy. Da 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 da. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm surprised Derek didn't say something about that. I think it's when I was a rich boy. Something like that. Man. When I was a rich man. Da 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 da.
No, it's it's Rich Girl.
Is it Rich Girl? See, I don't even know.
How am I supposed to know? When I was a young boy. Da da da. What's he even talking about?
What is it? What's the correct thing? What's it from, actually? It's like
If I Was a Rich...
Roof?
It's... I think you try to...
You shot him down quick.
It's a Gwen Stefani song, right? If I Was a Rich Girl.
If I Were a... Maybe, I guess. But what's the actual song is from like a Jewish movie? It sounds a Jewish movie. What's
going on?
I don't know, man. I think it's from Fiddler on the Roof, dude.
Bob, take over and introduce the topic, for goodness sake.
Well, now you've got me looking up. Yeah, Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, but she remade. It's not her song. She put it into one of her songs. That little riff. Oh my gosh, you guys! I gotta find this. Okay, introduce the topic today.
So today's topic, what we want to discuss, is time travel. Is it real? Is it just somebody's great imagination? Or and if it is real and you had the opportunity to time travel, where would you go? What would you do? What would you change? What would, you know? Scott is laughing. He's got something.
Listen, it's actually from, I was right, it's from Fiddler on the Roof, and the lyrics are, if I were a rich man, yada dee 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 dee, ba 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 dee 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 dum. Oh, that's hilarious.
Scott's laugh just gets me every time. It's such
that
a
one
deep,
where I'm like where I
you're
cough.
like, yeah, you have this little cough to it. That's what you guys know. We'll never have laugh tracks on this show because the laughs that we have on this show are way too authentic compared
that
to
wheezing laugh that I have.
Yeah, compared to the laugh tracks on the radio where it's just which seem to go on forever sometimes.
If we're ever like filthy rich when we do the podcast, though, if we were a rich man, da 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 dee 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 dum dum dum, we should hire professional laughers because that's what makes you professional.
No, we just film it in front of a live studio audience.
Filmed in front of a live studio audience,
and then we'll have the little sign that says applause or laugh or sad or whatever, and it'll just flash.
Right.
Well, we're never gonna get there, I guess, if I'm not up on my Fiddler on the Roof trivia.
No.
The Good Mythical Morning guys, just the people that film their show, laugh in the background.
Yeah, I mean they've got something cool though. I mean they've got a whole studio and a whole production staff, and I mean they're different.
Jimmy Fallon, and
yeah,
it's surprising that they're not even more popular than they are since the people that they're hooked up with. How did Fallon not make them more popular?
Oh, I'm sure their numbers have grown a lot over the last couple months, and it'll continue to. But I mean, they're popular. They're at their height, their peak right now. So they've got to really keep it going and really step it up to continue that. So
Man, Good Mythical Morning, you heard it here first. You're at your peak. It's all downhill from here.
We're just swimming in their wake.
They could just keep building the mountain, man. That's what you got to do.
That's true. All right, enough about Good Mythical Morning. Like, they need, by the way, Good Mythical Morning, if you would like to sponsor the show, we will gladly promote your show. But we're not doing it for free, so shut up.
Gosh.
Jeez. All right, let's talk about time travel. Go ahead. You set it up. I was laughing about Fiddler on the Roof, and I ruined it.
Yeah, I set it up. So let me just ask this to start. Do you guys think time travel is actually possible?
No.
There's micro time travel. Like if you travel around the Earth in space, you'll be like 0.0001 seconds younger. But that doesn't really count. I don't think there's a such thing as like going back and forth in time in a time machine.
No. Do you think so, Bob?
I don't know. I've never been able to say yes or no. I mean, nobody's ever proven either way. Biblically, nobody's proven it's not possible. Everything tells me that it probably shouldn't be. But go ahead, Derek.
Time isn't even real, though. It's just something that humanity has made up.
No, God
to
made it.
To measure the passing days.
God made it.
Whatever. It's a thing.
It says right in the beginning of the Bible in Genesis that he made the day and the night to signify one day.
Yeah, but day and night. But it's the actual. We're doing the measuring of how long
That's how you measure time.
Yeah.
It takes 24 hours.
Okay.
Took him 7 days.
But it's something.
Well, 6 days and a little rest.
Yes, he had to rest.
But like a minute, but like something like a second or a minute or an hour, that's arbitrary that we made up as people. Yeah.
How is it arbitrary though?
Oh,
It's
has
like
this turned into a master debater segment?
No, I like to when Derek has these
things like
epiphanies. I like to throw.
But
stuff
like
at him.
it's like an inch or a foot or a yard or a centimeter or a meter.
Or a
These
cubit.
are all These are a cubit. What does it do with the cubits?
It's a biblical sign of measurement. A cubit.
All right, but it's like a foot or a meter. It's all arbitrary measurements that we made up. So, is
I feel
time.
Like you should be smoking weed when you talk about stuff like this, and I don't smoke weed.
I don't either.
I don't have any. So,
doesn't this feel like one of those ones where you're like, dude, an inch doesn't even mean anything, man?
It is like
a foot. Who made that up, dude?
How did the names of the week get their names? The days
Exactly.
of the week get their names. It's one of these conversations. Okay, so let's get beyond this. So we have to
take a break in a second, but go ahead.
We really don't know if time travel is real or not. Truthfully, we don't. I mean, yes, you say it's an arbitrary thing, that it's man-made, time is man-made. Okay, but we don't know. So let's just imagine for a minute. Ooh, I wish we had some kind of cool effects that time travel is real.
Okay. So
Where
when we come
you,
back, we're going to say, where will we go?
Where would you go? What time period? Would you want to go to the future?
Ooh.
We'll talk about all that when we come back.
Fast, simple, and affordable. That's what registering your domain name with GoDaddy will be. Fast, simple, affordable. And if you listen to this show, Hey, We're Talking, you know you're getting a discount, 30% off if you go to trygodaddy.com/HWT. Again, 30% off. All you have to do is go to trygodaddy.com/HWT for 30% off your domain name and other business services provided by GoDaddy. We're back, I think. Or are we?
We might be in the future right now.
We are, actually. Just think about it. As we're recording this, it's the future.
It is the future. Oh, no, it's the current, but the future.
Well,
I think it's the present.
This is the future of
because
when we recorded it. When this goes live for people to hear, it will be the future from where we are right now.
That's true. So we are time traveling right now. It is possible.
Technically, we're in the past then. We are in the past.
We're in the past, but the show's in the future until it's published, and then it also will be in the past.
But it'll be in the present. It'll be in the present as well.
As it's playing, it'll be in the present.
All right.
Oh,
that was a fun bit.
Didn't that blow your mind just a little bit, Derek?
I've already thought about these things. I think about time and weird stuff all the time. Why? It's weird.
What does it do when you do that? What happens?
It's weird. We ever contemplate how long eternity is supposed to be?
It's a mighty long time.
Yeah.
Or just like imagining not being alive. You know, let's put like, you know, obviously, you know, with God, we hope, but well, hey, you know what I mean? But let's put that aside for a second and just think, how would it be not to live? Like we only know living.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So how would it be not to live? Would it be like it is when we're sleeping? We just don't know. And we just never wake up from that nothing?
Oh, I have an answer for you, Bob.
Okay, go ahead.
I do have an answer for that. What was it like the year before you were born? Before you were born, what was it like for you?
Oh.
It was very bouncy.
There was nothing, right?
I felt like I was in a whole big... Wow, what was your mom doing?
Okay,
really?
10 years before you were born, Bob, what was it like?
I don't know.
There was nothing.
Right.
And so if we were to be snuffed out of existence into oblivion, that's what it would be like.
Ooh.
We would have no experience of it.
But thank God we have God.
Yeah. God, thanks.
And
God.
our future has a brighter side to it.
You gotta
we hope.
Shades.
We have confidence. We can put our hope in that.
Derek is like our own personal Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I'm just going to agree, even though I don't know who that is.
You've never seen Neil deGrasse Tyson before?
Nope. What is that?
He's a person.
He's
that?
Like an astrophysicist.
He's a scientist.
No. Well, Derek knows scientists and astronauts and stuff. Do you know him?
That's right. I forgot.
Derek?
You know an astronaut.
I don't know Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He did another earthquake at Derek's house. He did the LA. What's the word?
The cosmos.
Yeah, but the observatory with the big telescope and all that kind of, I sound like a total idiot right now.
I feel like this is like a flashback I feel like to
I'm
my
on
teenage
like drugs or something, and I'm not. Okay. Anyway, Neil deGrasse Tyson, look him up. Check out some of his work. It'll be fascinating to you. He wears funny ties. He's an African American gentleman who is very into astrophysics and science.
And the genome theory?
All sorts of stuff like that, yes. If you want to laugh, watch his interview with Katy Perry.
Pronounced gnomes, Bob.
Gnomes?
He said genomes. They're gnomes.
No, there's such a thing as genomes.
I thought they were trolls.
The human genome.
The G is silent in.
Okay.
So it's good. So is it gnomes?
No, it's gnomes.
Oh my
so
gosh! This is just plummeting.
Gnomes
into
are not
stupidity.
proven, so I guess it is a theory.
Oh, see, here
All
we
right.
go. Anyways,
time travel.
So
because we don't have a lot of time now, so we got to time travel quickly.
Well, we should go back in time and re-record this show from 2 minutes ago. So where is the time?
2 minutes? We've been talking for a lot longer than 2 minutes. Go ahead.
So where is somewhere or what time frame or time period in the past would you guys like to visit? And be quick because we only have
Derek.
a lifetime.
Yeah, Derek.
I wouldn't. I'd like to visit the early 20th century.
Give us
in
more
America.
of a date, not just the early 20th century.
An exact date.
I know what that is, but for the people
30s.
who don't know, the 30s, the 1930s.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
Be during the Depression is when you want to be there, not during the Roaring 20s.
I just want to meet the Three Stooges. That's kind of my thing. Or I'd like to go to the old. But then again, I'd like to kind of go see the Old West. Maybe see exactly how the OK
Late
Corral
1800s.
shootout went down. Yeah, stuff
Okay.
like that. I think it'd be fun.
So I mean, if you were back then, if you knew what you know now, you could probably live a lot longer because you'd understand health better than those people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go back too far where no one's speaking the language and you can't really get along. Well, I'm talking about like it'd be neat to go back to like biblical times and see see stuff that went down, but you would be totally out of place. And you wouldn't be able to understand what's happening because I don't speak Greek, I don't speak Hebrew
or Aramaic,
yeah, or whatevs. But if you go back to the Old West or something like that,
what if we just put a little caveat on it, and wherever you go, you'll understand the language? How about that?
Yeah, because it's time travel. Let's also bring Google Translate with us.
There'll be no cell towers, so it won't work anyway. Bob, what about you? Where would you go in the past?
I don't know. I do kind of like the 50s and 60s era. The 50s, I think that was like the sock hop days, and just kind of all the you had the little cafes and shake lounges and stuff. I'd love to see that time frame because I don't know why. To me, that's one of the most fascinating time frames. Jazz was real big then. So I just think, to me, I think that'd be one of the coolest things to go to. Of course, biblical times and all that stuff would be interesting to be able to observe some of that stuff. But the 50s would kind of be that thing for me, just to really see how things were and kind of get a real feel for that. Other than that, I'd probably just want to like ride a T-Rex or something. That'd be pretty fun too.
Well, it would eat you, so you wouldn't ride it very long.
Not if I got up on the back of its head, it ain't doing nothing.
It'll throw you off. It'll buck you like a bronco.
Here's what you do, Scott. You go to the future and you learn the T-Rex taming technology. You get like a proper saddle. Then you go back in time and ride that T-Rex with stuff that you learned from the future.
Okay.
See, what I'd probably do is just bring a T-Rex with me and just drop it off in Washington.
So it could. Well, see, you'd have to get more than one. You'd have to get more than one T-Rex to do the job.
Well, but I would bring T-Rex armor from the future.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Drop them into the swamp, right?
Yeah. What about you, Scotty D? Where's the time frame or an era you'd like to?
I like both of the things that you and Derek brought up. Besides the Wild West, people are too dirty. I don't want to go all the way back there. It's too gross. Like there weren't showers and plumbing and stuff. That sounds disgusting.
There were outdoor showers. You had to pay like 2 pennies.
Right.
So you could take a shower.
But then it was a shower or a bath? I just remember all like in Maverick, the movie Maverick, you're just sitting in those tubs, just soaking in your own filth. Not a tub person.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the way the West is portrayed in movies and television is not at all what it was really like. It's always portrayed as
it's disgusting.
It's probably was kind of dirty, but it's always portrayed as like the lawless, unruly Wild West, when really it was probably a lot more civil than we could even possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm. And they just highlighted those right. Battles.
They make it sound like there's like a murder every day. There was always a bank. Someone was robbing the bank, and a gang of rustlers were riding into town.
Sounds like revisionist history to me. Anyway, so listen. All I'm going to say is this. I want to go somewhere where I can take a shower and be clean. Like, I don't want to go to the, Middle Ages. You take, a bath once a year. No, thank you. Disgusting.
So what's your era?
I like that time frame between where you and Derek talked about, not when he said the Wild West, but, the Roaring 20s up through the 50s and 60s. I would love that because I like the way they dressed. People were always, dressed to the nines.
Yep.
I love that. Like that. I would like to live in a time where I could wear a hat. Like a proper fedora, nice hat. And in all the stuff where you can just take it off and your hair's not messed up. Because whenever I wear a hat, my head's messed up. So I would have to have the right kind of haircut.
I have an odd shaped head. Hats just don't work with me. I've tried wearing hats all the time, and they just... Yes, they just don't work. I've tried fitted, not fitted, this, that. Hats and I don't get along.
I think the main thing for me, though, would be probably the 50s and 60s because of the cars. I love the cars.
Oh, yeah.
I would want one of those. And that would be fun.
I'll revise mine. I'd probably go back to the 20s. Like I said, the Roaring 20s, the jazz age.
Yeah, dude. Like the music.
To go see some,
just the fun.
Some vaudeville shows and stuff like that. Right after World War I when there was lots of money, and then just head back right before the crash of the stock market.
Before people start jumping out of windows, yeah.
Woo, 1929, let's go. It's all right, guys, I'm out of here.
I'm out.
So what about the future?
Mm-hmm.
Bob, if you could go to the future, where would you go? Or when? How far ahead would you want to go?
I'd probably be interested in seeing another 30 years from now, right around 2050, just to see what things are like, just to see where the world is on technology, to see where the world is politically, to see where the world is as far as this I don't know, this global warming, and you know what I mean, just to kind of see if all the stuff that people are talking about today really come out to be the way it is. So I wouldn't want to go crazy far ahead, just 32 years or something.
I'll spoil it for you. They'll be wrong.
Well, it's going to be interesting. That's all I know. In 2050 I'll still be alive, so I'll be able to see it all.
You'll be like, boy, were they wrong.
Yeah.
They change their minds all the time. Anyway, how about being able to see Oprah Winfrey become president? I mean, amazing. You guys apparently didn't hear about the Oprah 2020. Everybody is talking about Oprah becoming president.
I thought The Rock was running.
No, apparently Oprah has just leapt right over The Rock now.
Oh, okay.
Dwayne Johnson's out.
I wouldn't mind seeing that ticket though. Oprah with The Rock.
But who's the top?
Well, he's going to rock bottom her candy. So,
Anyway, I would want to go, I think probably 100 or more years into the future, because I would love to see the technology, because it'll be just amazing. Or it'll be like in the Terminator and the technology took over the world. Skynet. Ooh.
Well, yeah, all these AI devices and all that stuff. Yeah, it could happen.
Dude, tons of those people, I think Elon Musk and some of these guys are saying that they don't like this where AI is going. They're like, we need to stop it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I've read a couple articles by, I don't know who they are now, by some well-known people in the science community and all that stuff.
I like well-known people, but I don't know who.
No, I don't know who they are.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, maybe?
Yeah. I don't remember who they are off the top of my head,
That's
but
okay.
I could search for the articles in a second. But
No, it's okay.
how they are truly worried about it, just for the fact that a lot of these computer systems and things are already starting to make their own decisions and speak their own languages and this and that. And some people are truly worried about it.
Yeah. I just want to live long enough to have my own personal Android robot that can do stuff for me.
Why not
clean
an
the
Apple
house
robot?
No, they're called Androids.
Why does it have to be Android? Why couldn't it be Apple?
But they're called Androids. Okay, Derek.
Oh, because you
quickly,
switched to a Google phone.
Whatever.
So,
Quickly, Derek, tell us where you want to go in the future.
I would like to go just far enough ahead in the future, maybe beyond how far I could actually live to. So I think I would probably go ahead to about the year 2100. Just kind of look around the United States. You know what? And I wouldn't be surprised if it looks just like it does now. Because back when I was a kid, this time, 2017 now, 2018, this was like the future. 2015 was the future. And you have all these visions of flying cars and just all this futuristic looking stuff, but it looks the same. It just doesn't look, there's cars, there's houses, there's businesses, there's people. And I think it's going to look similar, but we might have, it's like we have these things, this phone that I'm holding, this smartphone that I'm holding in my hand. This is like the single most futuristic thing that we have.
It's true.
That has redefined the culture. And that's not what we were thinking it was going to be in the past. We didn't think it was going to be a phone. This thing is not just a phone. It's a camera. It's a calculator. It's a video camera. It's a computer. It's a gaming system. It's a GPS. It's everything.
It's a podcast microphone.
No.
It's a vlogger machine.
But yeah, I mean, this is our culture now. So it would be interesting to see what culture has shifted to from that, or if it's still something like that.
Yeah.
What if they go like back in time and then they wind up with these big phones and
you can't ask another question.
Big technology, and I can ask whatever I want. That wasn't that was rhetorical.
No, but if you do it, then Derek's going to tell you the answer.
That's true.
But I would also like to see what artists, like what singers, like what artists and music that we have today is still popular and still known in the future.
And how far medical technology has come.
Yeah, that'd be
interesting.
See, that's what all of us should have said, is we'd go to 2100 and get the medical technology to keep us alive until 2100.
Dang.
Dude.
Deep.
Let's go.
All right. So, hey, check us out on Facebook, Hey We're Talking. Check us out on YouTube, Hey We're Talking. Go to heywe'retalking.com if you want to download the show. We're on every podcast app in the whole world except for like one. And that's it.
We're on iHeartRadio.
We're on there?
Yeah, I didn't know we actually got on there, but we're on iHeartRadio now. We're on Speaker. We're on everything to where you don't have to pay pretty much.
Every single
all the free
thing.
stuff.
All the free ones. Check us out, and we appreciate you supporting the show, and we will talk to you again on